Well, hello. One of the things that intrigues me from my message this past Sunday on temptation was the third temptation that Satan dangled before Jesus, and that is that he showed him the kingdoms of the world. And why it intrigues me is that it looks as if the enemy has the power, the ability to create things, to show things. I think of the story in the book of Exodus with Moses. When Moses' staff became a serpent, the magicians of Pharaoh also were able to have their staffs become a serpent as well. Very, very intriguing to me. I remember a situation that happened in my own life. It was during my early years of walking with the Lord. I was in a backslidden stage, not walking the way that I should, fighting a drug habit. And I remember flushing down a bag of marijuana after rededicating my life at a Sunday service one day. And then 4 days later, wishing that I had it. And I'll never forget this. I was in the little kitchen of the apartment that Vicki and I were renting. And I remember leaning up against the counter, thinking to myself, I don't know if I verbalized it, I was home alone, but saying, I wish I had a joint. I wish I had a joint. And lo and behold, I no more said that or thought that than I looked down, and there on the floor in our kitchen, underneath like the little cabinet there, was a joint, a marijuana cigarette. Now, you've got to know something about my wife. My wife is an immaculate housekeeper. I had not smoked marijuana for at least 5 or 6 days. I know Vicki had swept that floor since that time. So the question is, how did that get there? Was it supernaturally manifested by a dark force? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you and your theology to figure that one out. But here's what I do know, is that we need to avoid places of temptation. Use of drugs is an open door. It's a portal into our lives. The word for sorcery in the New Testament is pharmakia, where we get our word pharmaceuticals. It's the use of potions or spells. It seemed that drug use and satanic worship connection was tied into one another. So you that are struggling with the drug habit, maybe this will help you to say that when you use drugs, you are opening yourself up to demonic temptation. And so we want to avoid any environment, anything, any place, any practice, any occult practice that would cause us to be tempted by the forces of darkness. God has a great plan for our life. Everything that the enemy offers is a cheap substitute, and it only leads to pain. Whereas the things that God wants to give us, yes, they take a little bit longer to get to, but they're so worth it when we get there. So I hope this helps you, and have a great rest of your day or night.